Hey, welcome to the Sunday preview for this week, the 14th of September, and today coincides with the exaltation of the cross, a great feast day that goes way back in church history. And we have this beautiful reading from St. John's Gospel, chapter 3. It says, Jesus said to Nicodemus, "No one has gone up to heaven except the one who has come down from heaven, the Son of Man. And just as Moses lifted up the serpent in the desert, so must the Son of Man be lifted up, so that everyone who believes in him may have eternal life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, so that everyone who believes in him might not perish, but might have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world might be saved through him." One of the most beautiful lines in the New Testament. And in this passage where Jesus is speaking to Nicodemus, the Pharisee who was attracted to Jesus and was beginning to believe, he came to Jesus at night and to ask him questions. And Jesus says this mysterious line about just as Moses lifted up the serpent in the desert. Well, that's a reference back to the 21st chapter of the book of Numbers from the Old Testament, in which we read at the same Mass this Sunday. It was a time during the journey through the desert to the Promised Land. Another one of those, another occasion where the Israelites were without water and without food and were complaining to God. "Why did you ever take us out of Egypt?" And God was angry with them, and serpents came into the camp and bit many people, and they were dying. And Moses pleaded with God. And God told him to make a bronze serpent and hold it up on a pole. And everyone who looked upon the serpent with faith would be saved. And so it happened. People were saved. And it's another story about how over and over again on our journey to paradise, we're complaining against God, that it's too hard, that we go through too many trials. In the New Testament, in Jesus' solution, is for him to be lifted up on the cross. He's the new bronze serpent, right? And everyone who looks upon Jesus with faith will be saved. But we still have to go through that long journey of suffering and sacrifice in this world. We still have all the setbacks and worries and problems on our journey to what God has promised us. And so it reminds us to look up at Jesus on the cross every day. And we should have some kind of image of Jesus on the cross every day. Look upon that and renew your faith and renew your commitment to make it through to the Promised Land. This Sunday we celebrate that all our salvation comes from Jesus on the cross. And if we have faith and we look upon him, we will be saved.